It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Imagine having a great product that nobody knows about. And that's the problem that K Swiss had. They had awesome shoes, but the sales weren't really great at all. So, what did they do about it? Well, back in the day, K Swiss had a cool product, but not everyone was buying it. Despite making awesome tennis shoes based on them having a great ski boots back in the day, their sales just weren't hitting the mark. But here's the kicker. Even with the fantastic product, might sound like you, K-Swiss was struggling, may sound like you, even in the big footwear market that was going on. Does that sound like you as a CEO? You're in this market. There's a whole market out there, and it seems like you can't get any traction. Enter Steve Nichols, a sales mastermind. He saw potential in K-Swift and he took charge. He didn't just sit back and hope, well, maybe one day the sales would just come in. No, 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 no. With his team, he transformed K-Swift. He took action. He did three things. First, he invested in sales. Let me say that again. He invested in sales. Number two, he started collaborations. And number three, he rebranded K-Swiss in a way that allowed him to reach his target audience. So at least he was open to embracing change. Now, how does this relate to sales? Well, just like K-Swiss, businesses need to constantly adapt. They need to innovate. They need to reinvest in sales just to stay ahead, whether it's refreshing their sales strategy, refreshing their sales funnels, refreshing their sales infrastructure. The key is always evolving. Because the world of sales, in the world of sales, when you stand still, well, you can find yourself behind in a short period of time. So what's my big takeaway for you? Three things. Number one, invest in sales. Number two, invest in your sales strategy. I guess that's the same thing, huh? And number three, be willing to embrace collaborations. Step outside the box and make sure that you're solving your clients' biggest problems. When you do that, whether you're a household name or on your way to becoming a household name, I promise you, you'll have more impact, you'll have more meaning, your revenue will go up, and you'll change more lives. With that being said, welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. My name, by the way, is Che Brown. It's an honor and a privilege to serve as your host. Each morning, we start with our mantra, because we believe in our mantra. It's not just something we just say just to be saying. It's something that we do because we believe it. And our mantra is, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Why? Because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, there's always more money coming in than there is going out. So I want you just to repeat after me this morning, just as a reminder to you as the CEO. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. And then we immediately follow that with our mantra. And our pledge. And our pledge is something that we like to do every single morning, just like you might have a prayer. Maybe you have a gratitude journal you write in. And you don't have to put a hand over the heart, but I want you to hear this. Our pledge is learn, earn, and return. We believe there's three things that a CEO should do every single day, especially for the sales organization, in order to generate revenue. Go ahead and jot this down in your notes. And here it is. I must learn something new. Now go ahead and repeat this after me. This is a good reminder. Every morning as a CEO, this is our pledge. I have to learn something new. We just did a case study on this. In order to earn new revenue from existing clients, in order to get old and new clients to return. So I must learn, earn, and return. Three objectives we have every single morning as the CEO. Now, isn't it kind of good to know that when you get together every morning, you only have to worry about three objectives? You ain't got to worry about everything. Just three objectives. The first objective is sales growth. The CEO looks over at the sales organization, looks at the sales department, makes determination what resources it may put over there. So it's looking for sales growth. It also evaluates any obstacles that the sales organization may have. Got it, Shay. I'm checking that. And third, it understands the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to be profitable. There's only 5. Sales pillar number 1 is a one-page CEO sales plan. That means you open up your one-page CEO sales plan every morning. You take a look at it. And then this plan is not, well, how much revenue I need to get to. No. It is your sales strategy, your sales funnel, and the sales systems that you're going to use. So go ahead. If you haven't already downloaded the one-page CEO sales plan, head on over now to www.ceosalesplan.com and you can download it right now. Now, when you shift there, sales pillar number 2 is our sales cycle. The sales cycle is what is the cycle the customer goes through from the time we meet them, that's when we connect, to the time we communicate with them in our community, to the time they're willing to make a conversion. Got it, Shay. Sales pillar number 3 is our sales messaging. We understand another philosophy, and I believe that companies should have philosophies. They should have beliefs they stand on, and that is your words will make you rich. So we're going to get better at what we say, when we say it, and how we say it. And then sales pillar number 4, which we'll talk about in detail here, we do it every single morning, is the CEO sales dashboard. Now, I tell you these things not to say you don't know this. It's called sales indicators. But I want it to be top of mind to you. That's why we tune in as CEOs. We all gather here every single morning. We got a lot going on. We got things going on in our personal life, things going on in the business, other activities we may be involved in. So I just want to bring you present every morning back to the one area that generates revenue in your business, and that is sales. And then pillar number 5 is a sales team. So we have a sales team that helps drive and generate revenue. Those are our objectives. But what is our big why? Why do we get together every single day? We get together every single day. Well, I thought I had it on here. Okay. Well, I think first I do that, I got to welcome everybody. So let me just welcome everybody to the CEO Sales Huddle. The CEO Sales Huddle is a place where we come together to sell more faster. So for everyone that's out there right now, if you haven't already checked in, every morning I love to check in. I love to say hello. So do me a favor, go over to look below the video, I should say, and put hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here is just a bat signal that you're here. You're in the conversation. And I get to connect with you, and I answer every single one of them. And then for those folks that are watching the replay, we appreciate you as well. Go over to go over there right now, and look right below the video and put hashtag replay. Hashtag replay. And then after you put hashtag replay, for everyone that's online that can't connect because you're not watching it live right now, you can go ahead if you're on Amazon or Apple TV or Roku, or maybe got the podcast in your ears right now. Thanks for downloading it. We're happy to be on your phone. We're happy you're in the conversation. Go over to @IamCheBrown on social media, just @IamCheBrown, and just send me a DM. Let me know you're in the conversation. Let me know how we can add more value to what we're doing today. So what is the CEO Sales Huddle? The CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. So I understand you know how to sell, but how do we do it more faster? What are our objectives every morning? We have 3 objectives: sales growth, accountability, and consistency. So we're always looking at the sales organization. And our number one question is, how do we continue to grow our sales? And it's a couple things, right? You can grow revenue by going back to existing clients. You grow the business by bringing in new clients. So it's got to be about sales growth. That's one of the reasons that we're here. And then we're going to go over now to one of my favorite areas that I love to talk about every single morning, which is really the CEO sales dashboard. Before I get there, we spend 15 minutes a day. That's all I ask for is 15 minutes a day. There are 1,440 minutes in every day, 15 minutes every day to be in this conversation with us. It's a good use of your time. It's a good reminder. Our number one outcome, it hasn't changed. It hasn't wavered since we started. And that is $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. And this is over and beyond whatever you're earning today. So that's why we tune in to CEO Sales Huddle. That's why we come together. That's why we have this message. And that's why you're here. But wait, now we get to get into a segment that's one of my favorite, which is the CEO Sales Dashboard. And the CEO Sales Dashboard, for those folks that are new, is really a game changer. Why is that? Because it didn't exist. CEOs wanted to know, what are the metrics that I need to really measure for the sales organization? Now, what didn't mean they didn't have KPIs, didn't mean they have other tools, but they were complicated. One of the things we want to do here at Easy Sales Hub is make things easy to understand and easy to execute. So I said, look, there's only 5. So you got to look at a lot of different metrics in the business. You got a lot of different things to measure. But we're going to look at every day how many leads came in, how many appointments we set, how many offers were made, and how many deals. That'll be the foundation from which we will stand on. And so we create the CEO Sales Dashboard. If you don't have it, there's no cost. You can go over to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. In fact, you can open it up right now. Go over to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. Once you get there, you're going to see an Excel sheet. Now, this is very important. And then the Excel sheet, I want you to go all the way across the top. And you see across the top, you'll find today's date. Now, I'm going to talk a little about deals today. And so let's imagine that you're filling this out. Like you can fill this out like right now. Like if you've never done it before, go over to ceosaleshuddle.com, download it. As soon as you open it up, go to today's date. As soon as you find today's date, come down and say, I'm looking at deals. But you might say, wait a minute, Shay, I'm going to plug in yesterday how many new leads came into my database. Let me open that up. I'm going to go first, Shay, how many appointments did I run yesterday? I'm going to look at my calendar. I'm going to put that in there. How many appointments were set yesterday, Shay? I'm going to go look at that right now. How many offers were made by my team? And you might break down some of those subcategories over there. Gotcha. And then we're going to get to deals today. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper in deals. But imagine if you looked at the results yesterday. Then you looked at the results the last week. Then you looked at the results the last 30 and 90 days. You start telling yourself, my systems are working. Just because they might not work today, just like you might have went to the gym today. Maybe you worked out, there was no change. Maybe you worked out yesterday and there was no change. Maybe you worked out the day before, there was no change. But you look back over the last 90 days, like, look, I've been pretty consistent at this thing. And then you look at the results and say, oh, here's why the results are. So just because it didn't happen yesterday, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Isn't that encouraging? Isn't that kind of cool? So let's now go over and look at deals. I'd like to spend a few minutes just really talking about deals because that's the area that we're focused on this morning. So as you go look at deals, let's go down here. We talked about offers, I think, deals. Let me go put this in here so you can see it. All right. So I used to just measure deals. Did I close a deal or not close a deal? Now, some of you are putting down deals and you made subcategories. You got product A, product B, product C. That's cool. But I'm going to keep it simple for you today. How many deals closed yesterday? That means you got the credit card. Maybe they wired the money in there. Maybe you did an ACH payment. And so the ACH came through your bank account. That's always good, isn't it? And then we're going to step back and say, just because a deal didn't close, what are another measurement, another tool we can look at? And one of the ones we have here is pending. So we're going to take a look at pending deals. First, we'll look at any deals that are hot. That means it's going to happen maybe in the next 0 to 10 days. Maybe you sent them the ACH information. Maybe you sent the contract and they're reviewing it. Maybe they just got to sign the online document or whatever it may be. Whatever hot is to you, it's going to happen in the next 0 to 10 days. Maybe you have a meeting to be tomorrow and say, okay, we're going to get everything done tomorrow. We'll sign off. Warm leads. Warm leads are 10 to 20 days. Now, doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Doesn't mean you're not going to follow up. But for some reason, maybe they're waiting on the credit card to come in. Maybe they have to have the chief operating officer sign and they're not there. Whatever your process is. But 10 to 20 days, you're expecting this thing to be done. And then they're cold. Cold is anything over 30 days. Doesn't mean that you've got to resell them. You may have to re-engage them. But it's just not going to happen in the next 30 days, okay? And so now we got the pending. We continue to follow up. Now, here's what's really cool. It's our belief. Now, we always have mantras. We have beliefs that we stand on. And when it relates to CEO Sales Dashboard, one of our beliefs is what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. So you show up every single morning, not so much to get some new, bright idea. Maybe the case study really is kind of new to you because you never heard the case study. But you're also able to tune in and say, whoa, I get it. I've got to measure and manage these areas in the sales organization that I never looked at doing before. And as a result of doing it, I can allocate the right resources and really people, processes, and tools to the sales department so they can have exactly what they need. And in doing so, I'll see the sales growth. If not, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. And that's okay. Maybe the marketing will just people start signing up. That could happen. But in many cases, for some people, it doesn't. Okay, now let's get over to another area today, which is one of our favorite segments, which is we're going to celebrate any wins. So we're not going to just beat ourselves up. We don't do that. Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So the 3 questions we ask ourselves every single day is, number 1, what are you most proud of? Go ahead right now. Just say it out loud. You're most proud of what? Doesn't that feel good? What was the biggest accomplishment for the sales organization yesterday? Now, everything's around the sales organization, not around you. It's not about you personally as the CEO. It's about the sales organization. And number 3, what's the biggest thing you want to brag about? Like if I could bring you on here now, what would you want to brag about that happened yesterday in the sales organization? And then after we celebrate our wins, we go and recognize, look, there's some hurdles out there. Life isn't always fair. Life isn't always perfect. We get that. Things happen. So we ask ourselves 3 questions, because powerful people ask powerful questions, because in this life you get exactly what you focus on, because questions steer focus. Number 1, what's your biggest roadblock out there right now? Number 2, what's preventing you from moving forward today? And number 3, what's the one thing you can do that if you do it, it would move your life and or business forward? And make a decision that you're going to do it today. Only you can drive that as the CEO for the sales organization. My message of the day: what gets measured gets managed. I know I've said that several times. You may hear me say that every single morning, but I want you to hear it with new ears, watch with new eyes. What's the 1, 2, 3 areas? We've given you 5, but pick one area that you're going to measure in that sales department. You're going to look at your CEO sales dashboard every day. You're going to make a commitment, and you're going to decide with a decision today that not only will you measure it, not only will you manage it, but you're going to give it the resources that it needs, the people, processes, or tools that sales department needs in that one area to take it to a whole nother level. And when you look at it that way as a CEO, boy, what a shift it can have for you. With that being said, I want to remind you that you're an amazing CEO. You're a successful CEO. You're a CEO that has a big heart. You want to do some good in the world, and you're doing everything you need to do right now to take it to a whole nother level, with the focus being on sales. And so since you're so awesome, and today is your January 1st, I believe for you, your best is still yet to come. Isn't that encouraging? Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Che Brown, the happy entrepreneur and host of the CEO Sales Huddle. Make it a great day, everyone, and we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless. I wish you success, and we out of here, everybody. Peace.